Crystal's greatest hits, Russiagate, Ukraine war, the COVID theater, and now a vague RFK smears encore. She's like the left's Flava Flav for every failed establishment narrative. And
wow.
so
I can't wait till she matures into a View lady.
Yeah,
that's the View lady of the future.
I think she's done. She's done with the internet. She wants to go on The View because that's what this sounds like. So I said, hey, so I tweeted out this video, which I'm going to show you right now. I said, watch RFK school this corporate news host and educate her and her audience about the lack of safety testing for vaccines. Crystal Ball is a clown telling us not to question mainstream science.
Like, what in the hell is that?
That's just someone with no dignity says things like that. No self-awareness, no dignity. Mainstream science. Mainstream. Why are you? Remember when they used to have their promo? We're the new mainstream. Boy, she wasn't shitting. She's only wrong about every major issue, including Russiagate, Ukraine, COVID lockdowns, masks, COVID vaccines, and now the testing of vaccines in general. But I'm sure her vague, non-specific smear of RFK is as solid as her election predictions. She predicted Kamala Harris would take every swing state. So I just want to let you know that tweet, just so you know, Kurt, that her tweet got 4,200 likes. My tweet in response to her got 4,500 on her own. That's her own thread. So I ratioed her on her own thread and her stupidity. Can you imagine what is the brain function of the people who watch her show? What is the brain function of that person to sit there and watch her do this? Like you can turn on you can turn on Anderson Cooper for this stuff. You could turn on Rachel Maddow and Chris Hay. You don't need. What do you need to go to YouTube for this for? I'm sorry. What did you say, Kurt?
It's a bunch of. If you look at comments, a bunch of people trashing her. That's still like everybody kind of has the same opinion. When I look at comments of like they still kind of like Sagar but can't stand her. Like that's why they're watching. The same reason you watch The View, to see what dumb things she'll say.
And I will guarantee you they're on the favorable YouTube algorithm because a donor somewhere has the ear of the person who sets the algorithms at YouTube. Otherwise, who the fuck would watch that show? Okay, so and here, Rachel, you dipshit, if you want to know what if you want to watch RFK Jr., you want to know what he thinks, what his spurious questioning of mainstream science. What kind of an asswipe uses that term? But mainstream science. Here we go. Here, by the way, she was wrong about COVID, and these are the people who just can't accept that they were 100% wrong and repeated big pharma propaganda. And so here's what Bobby Kennedy actually thinks about vaccines. You ready?
Okay, so vaccines, I think virtually every American would agree with my stance on vaccines, which is that vaccines should be tested like other medicines. They should be safety tested. And unfortunately, vaccines are not safety tested. They're not. There's of the 72 vaccine doses now mandated, essentially mandated, they're recommended, but they're really mandated. For American children, none of them, not one, has ever been subject to a pre-licensing placebo-controlled trial.
Yes, they have.
No.
Yes, they have.
Okay, let me just say something.
Is that Crystal herself? Yes, they have. Yes,
no,
they
it's
have.
Not Crystal. Who is that?
That's a news host. I think her name is Elizabeth Vargas, I think, on News Nation, which used to be.
She never checked. She's never checked.
She's never checked.
All these dumb shit libs have never
just
looked into it.
Just like Crystal
They're
Ball.
Just mainstream.
Just like Crystal Ball and Malibu Kyle. None of them have looked into this. None of them have checked. But so how's Bobby going to school this woman and Crystal Ball? Watch.
Dr. Fauci and many other people for many years said this, that Bobby Kennedy, when he says that, is wrong. So I met with Dr. Fauci in 2016, and I agreed to go on Trump's Vaccine Safety Commission, and I was with Aaron Siri and Lynn Redwood and a number of other people, and we said to him, can you show us one test from any vaccine, pre-licensing safety test? And he said, I'll send it to you. I can't find one now. He never did. So we sued him. Aaron Ziri and I sued HHS. And after a year of litigation and stonewalling, they said that they could not provide a single safety study for any vaccine that is on the childhood schedule, pre-licensing safety study. So anybody who wants to read that can go to to the Children's Health Defense website, and you can read HHS's admission that not a single one has ever been safety tested pre-licensing. Now, what I've said is other medicines are required to do that. And we should have to do that for vaccines. If I'm wrong, show me the test. Show me.
So there you go. There you go. It's just shocking to me to see someone that's just that a lot of people helped her build up, including Joe Rogan and me, in good faith, because we didn't know what a piece of garbage she was. And
I'll put in her words, Jimmy. She said they want to have a relationship with power. She refers to it as like people that want to have a relationship with power still, which is what she is.
Yes.
Like you don't want to alienate power, so that's why all that squad bullshit.
Yeah.
And Brian Grimm thing. That's so I can do more good having a relationship with power. And this thing with vaccines isn't a big deal. Mainstream says it's cool.
Mainstream.
You can see her whole hamster wheel turning. You can look at it.
What we found out through COVID, which Crystal didn't, because she didn't learn anything and she wants to remain an empty-headed ditz, is that the science has been corrupted by big pharma money. And even the medical journals take advertising and money, and that they've rigged trials. We know all this now through watch Dr. John Campbell's even that guy she brings on her show sometimes, Dr. Vinny Prasad, would school her on this. Dr. Vinny Prasad, who's also has questionable ethics, but at least he tells the truth sometimes. That's the course, that's her go-to. She doesn't, and she will never bring on RFK Jr. to actually have a conversation about this because she knows, she didn't actually have a conversation. She talked over him and then said, we don't have time to talk about it. That's what happened.
He trashed her. He really schooled her in a way.
And of course he did.
Not capable
and now she's still humiliated by that. So that's why she does these broad, vague smears on social media. And that's the kind of people, who the fuck would want to get their news from someone like that? It's weird. It's like
someone like that.
Someone like that. Someone like her. That's right.
Mainstream basic bitch.
Yeah, that's right. So here's one more. Here's RFK Jr. one more time. Gonna school Crystal Ditz on vaccines and mainstream science. We're the new mainstream guys. Come on, guys.
Hey, Crystal,
we're the guys. Go ahead. Guys.
RFK was working on this stuff back when she was still sucking dildos at Christmas parties.
Guys, come on, guys. That's not right, guys. Come on. Here we go, guys. Here's a guy, RFK guy. Here we go, guy.
Condemned as being somebody who passes vaccine misinformation. But the people who say that have not been able to point to a single factual assertion that I've made that is incorrect. Now, that's not saying that everything.
And that's why Crystal Ball didn't include a single specific critique of anything he said. That's why. That's what a garbage person does. And
even Jimmy, even in a roast battle, that would be lazy.
Yeah. Yes, that's right.
Even in a freaking roast battle where you could just unfairly smear someone because it's funny, that would be a lame angle to take.
Here we go.
Say it's true because it's not. I wrote a book that's 200. That's it's the biggest bestseller of the year. It's 270,000 words and it's 2,200 footnotes in it. And at the beginning of it, I invite people, I say, you write this many words, you're going to get something wrong. I want you to tell me, show me where I got it wrong. We did something in that book that's never been done before, which was we include a QR code with every footnote so people can go in and check to see to verify immedately whether what I'm saying is true. Nobody's been able to just point out to a single factual inaccuracy in that book. We publish, a newsletter that's seen by up to 10 million people a month. And nobody's been able to, I'm not going to say it's never happened because we have made mistakes, but when we make them, what do?
Correct.
We correct them.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's what you're supposed to do. And you're supposed to have a conversation.
So there you go. He wrote a whole book, 270 pages full of stuff, how many thousands of footnotes. Go ahead, pick one.
Jimmy, trust the mainstream.
Trust the mainstream.
It's not even trusting the science. It's trust the mainstream.
Just trust the mainstream.
She's a cow. That's what cattle do.
Yeah,
Cattle's are like, trust the mainstream.
That's
Stay
right.
with the herd. But not for immunity. There's no such thing as that.
Hey, guys. Wow. What an anti-intellectual dingbat. Unbelievable. Hi, Betsy. Hi, baby.
Kudos to not running to Blue Sky to say that dumb shit.
Yeah. But she did get ratioed. She did get ratioed by me in her own stupid thread.
I'd like to see a higher ratio, frankly. She had too many people agree.
Well, she had a big head start on me. She had like a 18 or 20 hour head start.
Dude, where do they get the balls to say brainworm shit about RFK Jr. after 4 years of watching Biden's fucking brain melt inside his head? Are you out of your mind?
Yes. No, they're just revealing the kind of shallow people they are, because that's just
that's what it is.
That's just high school shallow. I don't have the vocabulary to accurately.
That's why Tucker's bad. Tucker's considered a persona non grata because he's not being shallow enough as befits his station in life.
That's right. Yeah. Okay, over to stuff.
All right. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, let's get here. Welcome back, Mike the Wop. Thank you, Mike the Wop. Could you guys come back to Pittsburgh area again? There's a spot in Butler, Pennsylvania called Penn Theater. That would be awesome. Michael Savage will look into it. Thank you so much. Much love.
We were just outside of Pittsburgh. It was the Oak something. That was April. So
how do you remember this stuff?
So we probably won't be there till earliest next October or something like that.
All right. Usually like 18 months.